Hi, in today's video I'm going to show you how to make a hair scrunchie. So I want to quickly list the supplies you'll need. Some fabric, and I'm going to cut this to an 18 by 3.5 inch strip. Some 1/4 inch braided elastic. Matching threads. I'm going to be using Wonder Clips, but if you don't have these, you could also use some quilting pens, safety pins, or a quick turn. I just cut my fabric to 18 by 3.5 inches, and now I'm going to cut a 7.5 inch piece of elastic. Next, you're going to take your strip long ways and fold it in half with the prints facing each other, and then you're ready to pin it in place. When I pin this together, I always like to start with the ends. Make sure those are lined up, and then just work my way to the center. Okay, now I'm ready to take this over to the sewing machine. Right now my sewing machine's set to a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm just going to go ahead and set that to a 1/4. And then remove my clip, lower my presser foot, and then my needle. And now I'm ready to do a back stitch. Just going to sew along the edge here. Move my clip, and then keep sewing. Once you get to the end of your fabric, you want to do a back stitch, and then you could raise your needle, the presser foot, and cut your threads. To use the quick turn, I'm going to take this purple tube and insert it inside my fabric, a little more than halfway, and then on the opposite side, I'm going to start poking through the tube. Keep going until it pokes out, like that. And we're going to slide the tube off. Then I could remove the other piece. All right, now it's flipped. I have a safety pin here, and I'm going to pin my 7.5 inch elastic about 1 inch down with the safety pin. And then close it. And then on the other side, I'm going to take one of my clips, just clip that on like that. So now I could slide the safety pin side through my fabric. The reason why I put the clip on the end is I just want to make sure I don't lose my other side of the elastic. Okay, now I can remove the clip and the safety pin. Then I'm going to line up both the ends together and sew this at the sewing machine. I want to make sure my elastic's going to be secure, so I'm going to change this to a zigzag stitch. This is the stitch I'll be using right here, number 5. I'm going to take this part of the elastic that I just joined together, and I'm going to move that over an inch or two. I want to make sure I'm not going to sew over it when I go and sew these two ends together. Then I'm going to take this side and fold it in. So that's going to hide the rough edges. And then this other side, I'm going to tuck it inside the part that I just folded in. So once I get that in there, I want to line up the seams here, and then I'll pin it in place. Now I personally love the way the zigzag stitch looks, and I feel like it's really a strong, secure stitch, so I'm going to use that. But feel free to use a straight stitch if you prefer. Put my threads to the back. Let's remove this other clip real fast. Then a back stitch. Almost finished. The last thing is trimming the threads here. And your scrunchie is complete.